Maurice Greene is in his first full season with the PFL, and he's entering this event as the number 5 seed and looking to keep his $1 million dream alive. So let's welcome the stars for today's call, Renan Ferreira and Maurice Greene. We'll start with the higher seed here, the number 2 seed, Renan Ferreira. Renan, you are back in the PFL playoffs. I'll just ask for you to start. What does it mean for you to be here in the playoffs once again?
Renan, o que significa para você estar nos playoffs da PFL esse ano mais uma vez? Renan, você tá no mudo. Isso.
Pode ver aqui. Então, mais uma grande oportunidade, né? Muito feliz aí. Com certeza, muito bem treinado e estou pronto para essa luta. É o meu momento aí e vamos com tudo.
Stoked about this opportunity, feeling great. Camp's going amazing. Yeah, not much else to add. Just onward we go.
I love it. Of course, Maurice, we'll get to you in a second. Renan, you're facing another big guy. I mean, massive heavyweight here in Maurice Greene. What advantages do you see that you think you have in this matchup?
São algumas vantagens que você vê do seu lado nesse casamento aí de luta.
Então, mudou o adversário, né? Muda a estratégia. Esse cara aí é um pouco mais longo, né? Então, é um cara que troca mais. Mas, assim, estou muito bem preparado, estou pronto para essa luta. E assim, a parte mais difícil é porque, tipo assim, esse cara é muito feio, né? Lutar com um cara muito feio, assim, é difícil.
I mean, you changed strategy. There was a change in opponents. Maurice he's a taller guy. He's got more reach. He's more of a striker. I think the toughest part on this matchup is just that he's just an ugly guy.
Wow! All right.
The best he got.
Maurice, you wanted to get things started. You got to start. Hit it. Last thing I got for you. On paper, this fight looks like it might not last very long. You guys are both finishers, big guys. What do you think? What can fans expect in this matchup?
Yes.
Vocês são dois caras grandes, né? Com muito poder aí, dos pesos pesados, de fato. Quando você olha assim, as expectativas das pessoas é que essa luta não vai durar muito tempo. O que você espera dessa luta?
Com certeza. Como sempre, vou sempre andar para frente e buscar esse nocaute. Ele sabe aí o poder das minhas mãos. Então, sei que ele vai estar o tempo todo aí ligado e com medo.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know my fight style. I'm going to be moving forward and try to land some big hands. He knows the power I carry in my hands, so I know.
All right, thank you very much, and appreciate it, Maurice. I know you've been itching to get this thing started, so I mean, hey, you were outside of the playoffs to start, but you got the call. You're back in, so I guess talk to me about how you're feeling now that you are in the PFL playoffs.
I mean, first and foremost, let me just say I'm grateful for the opportunity, right? I was outside the playoffs and, shit happens in this tournament format. That's what makes it great. And, I'm back in. They've asked me several times, like, how do you feel about your opponent? He's a finisher and all that good shit. Aren't they all? Aren't they all finishers? Didn't Ante finish this man right here? Didn't he finish him? Right? Yeah. Wasn't Goltsov finishing guys? Right? Yeah, so I guess we go see. You go throw your big ass heads, and I'm gonna be right there for it all, big dog. I'm there for it all of it.
Well, obviously you guys are, I mean, tall guys for the division. So I mean, you're one of the few guys who can look you eye to eye. So what kind of advantages do you feel like you have against him in this matchup?
Got experience, man. He's new to this shit. He may have been doing it for a while, but he's relatively new to this. There's not a whole lot of changing that he's done in his game. I guess they say he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but I wonder who the fuck gave him his black belt because I ain't seen no Jiu-Jitsu. So, I mean, I wouldn't even say an advantage. At the end of the day, we're two top athletes. I will say that. I won't be that much of an asshole. He's here for a reason. He's been in the PFL for a while for a reason. And, it's not that I think this fight's going to be easy or I think I'm going to steamroll him. But for the first time in my career, I've actually been taking this shit so serious, and to a point where I just feel like I really, really, in my heart of hearts, feels like this motherfucker's weak. He's not strong. He looked big. He looks strong. He puts on a really good face for everybody when he tries to look mean. But I could see through that bullshit that he got on it. I could see through that bullshit. I fought a lot of tough guys over the years. I lost probably more than I should have, including my last fight. I thought I had it won. Did something you should never do is count your chickens before they hatch, or count your eggs, or whatever the fuck the saying is. And I learned a hard lesson when that fight I could have won and I could have been the second seed, but really it doesn't fucking matter what seed I am. All that matters is that I'm in the semifinals. And I'm still fighting the same guy I would have fought had I won. So this is not changing anything for me. My confidence is still where it was prior to, and ain't nothing gonna change. It ain't nothing gonna change. So, he knows he's in for a fight. He could talk all the bullshit or he could say whatever he wants, but he knows he's in for a fight. He's tall, he's long. I get to Tyson this bitch ass.
I love it. Strong words. All right, we're looking forward to this matchup. Guys, appreciate the opening remarks.
That's it?
No, we're going to turn it over to the media.
Oh.
Those were just my questions. Now we got to get the media. Oh, I know you got more to say, Maurice Greene. I know you got more to say. So we will now turn it over to the media for questions.
Amy. Hi, guys. This question's for the both of you. You can answer one at a time, whoever wants to go first.
He can go first.
All right, awesome. So, there's a unique element to this heavyweight division. You guys are fighting obviously for a title, for a belt, for $1 million, but there's also potentially a chance that whoever is the champion could fight Francis Ngannou next. Is that something you guys have thought about? Is that something you can let yourself think about? And do you feel like that's something you would really want to push for if you guys become champion?
Tem uma parte muito interessante dessa luta, que é claro, o vencedor vai lutar por $1 milhão, mas mais do que isso, o campeão da divisão pode eventualmente lutar contra o Francis Ngannou. Isso é uma coisa que te interessa, que te motiva e te dá uma vontade a mais nessa temporada? Renan, desligou o áudio. Isso.
Então, com certeza, ter aí um grande atleta como o Francis aí, dando peso na organização, isso motiva cada vez mais, né? A gente já está buscando ali, porque é uma luta aí que todo mundo quer fazer, então, com certeza, é uma motivação a mais aí.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a fight everyone wants, so it's definitely an added motivation.
Maurice, you want to answer that as well? Yeah, you want to answer that as well?
Yeah, what the fuck do you expect? I've been in this game almost 14 years now. I kickbox for glory. I was on Tough. I was in the UFC. And I haven't even touched no money like that. And so you think as soon as they strap that belt around my waist, the first name I'm gonna call is Francis Ngannou. I mean, if you don't do that, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, what are we doing? I got a family to feed. I got kids that need to go to college. I got, there's a lot of things that ride on this, and that's why I was so heartbroken after the loss. So, yeah, the first name I'm gonna call is Francis Big Ass. You better believe it. Nobody else should get. The only thing that I'm saying here is there's nobody else that should get that fight but the winner of this tournament. Period. Point blank, end of story. the winner of this tournament this year should get that fight if they want it. Everybody might not want that fight. But like I said, I'm here for all of it, baby. I'm 37 years old. I spent most of my time doing this shit. And yeah, I'm here for it.
All right, Patrick.
Right. Renan, you have gone through multiple seasons in the PFL. Do you think that gives you an advantage over Maurice having experienced the full season format multiple times?
Renan, você já lutou a temporada da PFL várias vezes. Você sente que isso te dá uma vantagem contra o Maurice Greene nessa luta, considerando que você já sabe o formato, já tem essa experiência, essa bagagem?
Não, eu acho que o Maurício é um lutador experiente, né? É um lutador que já vem de várias lutas aí. Então, eu acho que a minha questão de ter participado mais vezes no GP, eu acho que não influencia em nada. O que influencia é quem vai estar mais bem treinado, quem vai estar querendo mais ali naquele momento, entendeu?
No, I don't think so. I think Maurice is an experienced guy. He's fought very tough competition. He's been around for a long time. All that really matters is who wants him more, who's going to be more prepared come fight night.
And Maurice, I saw you shaking your head when I mentioned the experience. While you do have a lot of UFC experience, do you think having the advantage of kind of being in the spotlight more than Renan gives you an advantage, or do you agree with Renan's statement?
I kind of agree with him. It really, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what the paper looks like, right? What the paper doesn't matter, right? What really matters is which shell of you shows up to fight that night. And the best guy's going to show up in me, and I'm assuming I'm going to get the best Ran that we've seen so far. And if it's anything less than that, then you know how that shit about to go. So I think we're going to fight hard for 3 rounds. However, I have seen this in him. I see him break. I've seen him break. I've watched several fights. I'm still watching fights, I've seen him break in fights to where, he's a bully, but when he can't bully you and the going gets tough, the motherfucker folds on you. So I've seen that too. So I guess it really depends on what shell of him we get, but I don't care what shell of him we get. All I can worry about is the things that I can control, right? And that's the work I put in, my game plan and everything like that. So
Thank you, and good luck to the both of you.
thank you.
Jonathan.
Fiber in Sports. Maurice, this one's for you. You spoke about the best version of yourself showing up for this one. Mentally, how do you feel like the preparation that you do as far as watching that film will allow you to be the best version of yourself coming into this fight?
Same I did last fight. Everybody said you turned your back and you ran. Yeah, I got the fuck out of there. Like, listen, if the going gets tough, I'm getting the fuck out of there for a minute. Okay. I'm getting out of there. However I can get out of there. I didn't get hit. Don't look great, but I'm getting out of there. The best version of myself showed up for my last fight. The only difference is, I didn't feel like I had to get up, which I should have gotten up, which was stupid of me. And then I would have been the number 2 seed. But like I said, that none of that matters. Nothing really has changed in my training since the beginning of the season. The one thing that has changed is, I just been fucking lifting weights, and I've been lifting weights. And the fact of the matter is, I can toss 260 pounds. He ain't gonna be no more than 265 pounds. He's not a big heavyweight that's gonna balloon up to 280. His ass gonna stay around 260. He's a little taller than me, so he may carry more weight. That don't necessarily mean he got more muscle. He's kind of slim. So I have confidence in my strength too. He throws with reckless abandonment or whatever. He just throws, leans forward, puts his neck out there, but he usually can get away with that because he fights shorter fighters. He ain't gonna get away with that bullshit. He's just not gonna get away with it. He gonna try though, but I'm gonna be there for all of it. I've been hit hard. I train with the GOAT. I will say this: I train with the GOAT. Yeah, he's training with some good athletes. I wouldn't call Junior Dos Santos legendary, but he was a good athlete at one point. I literally trained with the best fighter on the fucking planet. So, and that fighter's arms are just as long as Big Homie's arms. So it's nothing new to me. But I guarantee you, he don't fight or get to train against too many guys that are 6'7", right? So that's going to be a little adjustment for him. It's going to be, there may be a feeling out process for him. Yeah, I'm just excited to just take it to his ass. And as far as all that whole ugly comment, damn well I'm not ugly.
Appreciate your answer, my man. Good luck on their fight. Renan, for you, you've been like you mentioned previously, you've been in the PFL for a couple seasons. Is not winning the belt making it, obviously you're always motivated for the fight, but having gone through it and not winning the championship, does that make it a little more put a little more pressure coming into this fight specifically?
Renan, a gente falou aqui antes, você já lutou PFL, terceira temporada. Você sente uma certa pressão tendo lutado já 2 temporadas, não tendo ganho a cinta, estando aqui pela terceira vez?
Não sinto nenhum tipo de pressão. É claro que eu me cobro muito, me cobro nos treinos. Eu sei que eu tenho que melhorar e todos nós temos, né? Sempre tem alguma coisa para melhorar e assim, tô me dedicando cada vez mais aí no que eu preciso melhorar, mas eu não tenho nenhum tipo de pressão. Eu quero, eu tô bem treinado, vim para ganhar mas assim, entro sem nenhuma pressão.
No pressure. Just really want this. That's what it comes down to. I'm feeling great. Very well trained, well coached. Just something that I feel motivated and drive for, but not coming in here with any particular pressure.
Awesome. Thank you and good luck, my man.
Thank you.
Curtis.
Hey guys, it's Curtis Calhoun here with MMA News. Thank you for the time today. Appreciate it. First question is for Renan. Renan, I spoke with Francis Ngannou just a few months ago in Atlanta, and he singled you out as the one fighter in the PFL that he's most excited to watch. Can I get your reaction to that and what it means to get an endorsement from somebody of his caliber?
Conversei com o Francis Ngannou algumas semanas atrás em Atlanta. Ele mencionou você como um cara que ele estava animado em assistir competir. Queria sua reação para um comentário desse, vindo aí de um cara do quilate dele.
Então, receber elogios de um monstro aí como o Francis, né, que já fez lutas duríssimas aí com os melhores do mundo, eu fico lisonjeado e me dá mais a certeza que tô no caminho certo, que o trabalho está dando certo. E espero um dia ter a oportunidade aí de fazer essa luta com ele.
Well, just getting compliments from an absolute monster like Francis just gives me even more motivation to go out there and do my job. It's always great to hear from a guy that's done as much as he has and fought the guys of the caliber that he has. I really hope that one day it can be him and I inside that cage.
The last question for Maurice Greene. Maurice, we got a chance to speak in Atlanta just a few months ago, and you talked a lot about, kind of the personal growth that you've taken in your life in fighting, out of fighting, and all that. Can you just kind of summarize that, and what are some of the biggest things that you feel like you've improved in your life over the past few years?
Man, a lot of it's been personal, like just my process of going through a fight camp, when I was in the UFC and when I was an Ultimate Fighter, a lot of me was just happy to be there, happy to be a part of the organization, where that's all changed with the PFL. I belong here. I know I belong here. I'm that guy right now and I'm not afraid to say it to the media. I'm that guy right now, and it sucks to be this guy who's right at the top of the hill, right? And we're trying to just get over that hump, you know? And we get a little closer to the top of the hill every single fight. And last fight, it was up to me to get over that hill, and I made a decision not to because I had an idea that I was winning, right? We're gonna get over that hump. We're gonna get over that hump. And the other thing is, my family dynamic. It's hard to go out there and really like put everything you got into it when you got, shit with your family going on, or if your relationship is something's, you guys aren't on the same page, it really helps to have your family strong, your family behind you, through the process. And then, initially, and then even more so, um, going through a champ camp with John, and watching John go out and just dismantle Gon like that, um, just like he would do Francis Ngannou. He would do the same thing to Francis. And just having that confidence that you stand across in the training room from the baddest man on the planet, period, point blank, in the story. I don't care how you cut it. I don't care what they say. He's the fucking GOAT, and there's nobody better. So, and to have his coaches as well, right? To lean on when I have questions, when I'm going through footage. This past 3 years has kind of got me even more dialed into the goal. And I mean, the money's going to be there, right? The money's going to be a product of being a world champion. I don't really fight for the money anymore, which I used to. The bottom line was the dollars. The dollars make sense, and they do. Don't let me ever get that twisted. It does. But the motivation here is to leave with someone. What Denzel say? A motherfucker said, "I'm leaving here with something. I'm from round the way. I'm leaving here with something." And I felt that my last fight, I got a second chance at this dream to be a world champion. And I promise you, I'm leaving. I'm leaving here with something, and that's gonna be a PFL World Championship. And it starts with running through this motherfucker's face. Really, point blank in the story, running through his face. I'm there for all of it. And I'll just keep saying that. Hard work works. And yeah, he may be working hard, but he ain't working that hard. He ain't working that hard. His ass still. I smoke cigarettes. I got better cardio than him. The first round's gonna be a round, but after the first round, big homie gonna be shot. He gonna be looking at his coaches. This is what I said. You know that look. Like, say you go to the bar, you meet a nice young lady, you bring her back to your house, you know what I'm saying? And you think you about to get it in, and then she leave on you. You know that look in your eyes as she's walking out the door. Like, I've seen that look in his eyes several times in fights. That's the look you're gonna see in his eyes. That's the look you're gonna see in his eyes on August 18th.
Thank you both for the time. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Anik.
Anik Subramanian, Fightbook MMA. Maurice, you train with the greatest of all time in John Jones. How much would it mean for you and John Jones to end your year as heavyweight champions? Him at Madison Square Garden in November, and you at the end of the year as well?
It'd be special, man. It'd be special to think that this man has put together this team that he has handpicked one by one to be in that room, and not only having one world champion, but having one of your training partners who's been there. I've been training with him now for about 3 years consistently, to go on and win a world championship as well. It's going to be a very, very special moment for the whole team, not just myself, for the whole team. And it's going to happen.
Awesome.
It's going to happen.
Best of luck on your fight. And Renan, quick question for you. Your opponent trains with the greatest of all time. You train at American Top Team with some great fighters. Who are your main sparring partners for this fight?
Renan, quem são os sparrings principais aí para essa luta?
Então, aqui tem caras grandes aqui, né, cara? Porra, tem o Montanha, o Branjão, tem o Sergei Pavlovich, tem Marcelo Gon, tem uma galera aí que tá empenhada aí a me ajudar. Então, tem muito material humano aqui que a gente está aproveitando da melhor forma possível para chegar aí pronto para essa guerra.
A lot of
Sergey
big
just
guys.
hit hard.
A lot of big guys here at the gym. I mean, I got Sergey Pavlovich, Marcelo Gom, a big roster of heavyweights. Tons of good human labor out here at ATT that's been helping me throughout this camp.
Awesome. Thank you and best of luck to both of you.
Let me leave you with this. Sergey just big and he just hits hard, but there's no layers to him. The motherfucker can't do nothing else. He's just a clobber knocker. I fought him. So and Marcelo Gomez is questionable, just so you know.
Harry
Sorry.
Mike.
Tem o Pezão também, que deu uma P aí no Maurice Greene. E é um cara aí que tá me ajudando bastante também. Um cara que bateu muito no Maurice Greene aí, colocou ele para baixo aí. Porra, fez o que quis com ele. Então, tem esse cara aí que tá do meu lado também.
Yeah, we got Pezão as well. Marcos Aurelio, who fought Maurice Greene and gave him an ass whooping. So
Psych.
did just about everything he wanted to do with him. So he's helping me out a lot with this camp too.
Hey, that's hilarious that you say that. He didn't give me an ass whooping for one. What I thought that motherfucker was gonna do, I thought he'd be willing to stand there and trade like he does with everybody, right? But he was smart at the time. You know, my wrestling wasn't great, so he took me down. I had a knee injury, right? And I couldn't do certain things, but he did what he had to do and held me down. You're right. He did hold me down for 3 rounds. But hey, motherfucker, you will not hold me down, period. Your ass is weak, boy. You weak. You a baby, my nigga. I'm a son your bitch ass, motherfucker. Let him translate that bullshit. How about that? I got no love for this motherfucker. I've seen him several times, right, around the PFL, and he always gave me this, it's 1 or 2 looks, right? It's like a tough guy look, which is kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Or it's like a scary look. And I'm willing to bet on that scary look that he got in his eyes, okay? I'm willing to bet on that little bit of a scary look, right? I guess we just gonna have to see August 18th, fam. We gonna have to see. Translate that shit. Make sure he knows how I feel. Now, don't get me wrong. DeLima, he cool. You know, he cool. But, yeah, bro, I wouldn't hold on to that too much. And if you do hold on to that, shame on. Actually, I want you to hold on to that. Hold on to thinking that that's how it's gonna go. I want you to hold on to that shit. I got something for that ass, big boy.
Lutou contra o Pezão, um joelho machucado. O Pezão botou ele para baixo, teve uma estratégia boa, mas só botou ele para baixo, ficou em cima, não fez nada. Disse que você não vai conseguir fazer absolutamente nada disso com ele, você não vai conseguir ficar em cima dele. Ele vê 2 olhares, ou é você sorridente ou é um olhar de medo. Você olha para ele, você tem um olhar de medo. E é isso que você vai mostrar na luta. Você não tem nada para ele.
Talk your shit, big homie. Go ahead. Talk your shit. I want to hear it.
Dia 18 a gente vai ver isso aí.
August 18th, we'll see.
Yeah, we gonna see, my nigga. We gonna see. We gonna see, big dog. I wish they could I wish you knew how to speak English, or I knew how to speak Portuguese, so you could really hear what I'm saying and understand what I'm saying. It's unfortunate that you can't speak English. It's unfortunate that you can't get fans excited about a fight. That's just fucking unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. You sit there quiet like a little scared ass bitch. You better bring your nuts August 18th, because I got mine, big dog.
Acho que é uma pena que você não sabe falar inglês, não consegue animar os fãs para sua luta, não consegue me entender. Dia 18 de agosto, traga os seus culhões que eu vou trazer os meus.
Go ahead, he's gonna give me a little smirk. Watch, I'm waiting for it. Where's your little smile at? Give me a little smile.
All right, guys. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our next group. Maurice, Renan, thank you so much for joining today. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for your time.
Thank you guys, Hen and Maurice. I think that fight just got a little bit more flavor to it ahead of the heavyweight playoffs and all the talk of the Francis Ngannou angle as well. A lot on the line, maybe more on the line than just $1 million. So, guys, appreciate both of your time today. Thank you very much.
How you doing?
Awesome. Thank you, Renan. Appreciate it. Obrigado. All right, we'll move on now as we bring in our next set of athletes for the remainder of our call today. Cassius Clay Collard has been working for a PFL championship for a few seasons, but this year, the #1 seed, he is looking to finally break through and secure that $1 million. Of course, standing between him and a trip to the World Championship is Hurricane Shane Burgos, who enters the PFL playoffs as the #4 seed and certainly has a World Championship on his mind. These two are going to meet on Wednesday, August 23rd, also at the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden. Welcome, Cassius Clay Collard and Hurricane Shane Burgos. We will start with Cassius Clay Collard as the #1 seed. Clay, you've been here before. You know what's on the line. You know the challenge that lays ahead. What does it mean for you to be back here in the PFL playoffs?
Man, I think it's well deserved, you know. We keep trying and we keep getting screwed by those judges, so it was nice not to leave it in the judges' hands last time, you know.
Yeah, no doubt. I know you're trying to avoid that. All right, the matchup here that you've got, it's another veteran like yourself. It's the high-profile edition this year that everybody was talking about. So talk to me about, the matchup, kind of where you think your advantages lie in this fight.
Man, he's a good striker. He showed good wrestling against Yamato. He's a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying this since year one. I like beating up tough guys.
I love it. You have not shied away from tough matchups. Look, on paper, as a fight fan, this thing looked like it's going to be a lot of fun. I guess, what are you thinking? I mean, what do you think fans can expect out of this matchup?
Well, I mean, I bring it every time, It's going to be an exciting fight if Cassius Clay's in the mix. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, I'm looking forward to fighting a guy like Shane and another big name, another feather in the hat. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Appreciate those opening remarks. Shane, I'll come to you quickly before we turn it over to the media. Not the easiest path to get here, right? I think some people thought you might walk in and just dance your way right to the championship, but you're here. You're in the playoffs. You got through the adversity to get here. What does it mean for you to be at this stage and getting ready to start the playoff run?
Yeah, man, it means everything to me. Opportunity of a lifetime. I'm excited, man. I'm ready for this one.
I dig it, man. And again, I think it's going to be an exciting matchup. But where do you think you hold the advantage? Have you broken Clay down, and kind of where do you think you have the advantages?
Absolutely, it's one of those fights. Like I said it in a bunch of other interviews and stuff. Like as soon as I signed with the PFL, even when I was dabbling with the idea of staying at 45, everyone was like, "Let me see. We want to see Clay versus Shane. Clay versus Shane." So like right off the bat, he was one of the guys that I had my eye on because he's an exciting fighter. He's one of those fighters that he brings it every single time. And just like me, so. On paper, this fight, you run it 100 times. It can't be boring. Not one of those times.
I agree.
Right? It's going to be a banger from the first bell to the last bell. I can't see it being boring in any way, shape, or form. So I'm excited to go out there, test my skills against him. And he's a formidable opponent. I feel like he doesn't get enough of the recognition or respect that he deserves, honestly, because the dude is tough. You look at his record, look at his style. It's going to be a fucking banger.
I love it. I love hearing you say that because when this matchup came together, I thought the same thing. Like, there's no way this fight is going to be fun. But I mean, you're in a semifinal, right? I mean, really, you're just trying to get a win and get to the final. So does that change the mindset at all? Or do you just go in there and go, hey, we know what kind of fighters we are. Let's just go throw down.
Fuck that shit. We're banging, bro.
Yeah,
Fuck that
yeah,
shit. We're
yeah.
going at it, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm not thinking about the finals. This is the finals in my mind. This is the $1 million fight. This is the fight that everybody wants to see. Like it's not even an opinion. I'm not trying to be biased because it's me in it. Obviously, this is the fight that everyone wants to see. I can't see us going out there and not living up to the hype. I know he's not going to try to hold on to me and just take me down and lay and pray. I know he's not just going to try to jab and stay away from me the entire time. I can't see this fight being boring in any way, shape, or form.
I love it. You guys are getting me chills, bro. I'm getting fired up right now, man. This is going to be a banger. So, all right. I appreciate you guys answering my questions. I know the media asked some questions as well, so we will turn it over to the media to keep this thing going.
All right, Harry Mack.
Harry Mack from the Bookies Basement. Thank you guys both for your time, first and foremost. First question for Shane. Obviously, kind of an unorthodox path in actually getting to the playoffs at this point. Yeah. So walk me through, I guess, the feelings, the emotions from the end of PFL 6 through the announcement that it was going to be you and Clay in the playoffs here.
Yeah, so I finished the fight. Obviously, I knew I needed to finish to make it to the playoffs. So obviously, didn't get the finish. So I was like, shit, man, Yamoto's tough, but it's like, that fucking sucks. So I get on the plane, I go back home, and I land. Obviously, no service on the plane ride home. I didn't even go to sleep that night. I land like 7, 8 in the morning because I had my third daughter coming any day, so I had to get back home quick. I landed. My PT's on the flight. My phone has no service still. He's like, Shane, he called me from a couple rows back. I'm like, what's up? He's like, you check your phone? I'm like, no, I have no service, bro. So he throws me his phone. I catch it, and I'm like, all right, this is obviously not real. And I'm like, oh shit, this is a MMAfighting.com. Oh, this is legit. What the fuck? Then my phone, I get service, and it starts blowing up, and I'm like, holy shit. So instantly, I'm like, the butterflies start going. I'm like, let's fucking go. And it's in New York too. Like, let's go. Stars are aligned, baby.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And for Clay, I guess, same question. What goes through your head from finding out that it's not going to be Natan you're facing in the semifinals, and that you actually are going to get this Burgos fight that all the fans and all of us have been clamoring for basically since Shane signed?
Yeah, like you said, man, I've been waiting for this shit since he signed. You know what I'm saying? They actually called me, and there was talks about me and him starting off the season. So I think there's no better time than now to do it. It's the start of the playoffs. We earned our way, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Got it. Thank you both very much, and best of skill to both of you. Looking forward to the fight.
Thank you.
Amy.
Hey guys. First, I just want to ask Clay, can you tell me what do you feel is different this season than the past season for you? Why do you feel like you had more success this year?
But there's plenty of reasons. I got a new coaching staff. I have a few new training partners. We're adding new tricks. It's third time's the charm,
Awesome, thanks. And Shane, I know entering this PFL playoffs didn't kind of go the way, we thought it would go. Obviously, none of that was your fault, but do you feel like you have a little bit more pressure on you because of that? Because there's a little bit of negativity about how you got into the playoffs. Do you feel like you have to perform and prove everyone wrong on top of everything else?
I mean, maybe a little bit in the back of my head, but I don't put too much stock into that. I mean, every fight there's pressure, and the fact that I'm fighting in New York, that's pressure alone. But pressure is a privilege, and I'm in a good spot. I mean, I'm privileged to be where I'm at. It's one of those things. Like I didn't make the decision to do what the PFL did and put me in this position. I didn't make that decision. I had nothing to do with that decision. Like I said, I didn't find out until I got back home. Had Yamoto knocked me the fuck out, and he won, I think they would have did the same thing and put him in this position instead of me. Obviously, I won the fight, so they didn't do that. But like I said, it's not my fault that I was given this opportunity. But at the same time, I plan on making the absolute most out of the opportunity. It's, again, the matchup speaks for itself.
Thank you, guys.
Patrick.
Hey, how you doing today, Clay?
I'm doing well, brother. Thank you.
So would you would you rather have had the preferred matchup against Bruno Miranda, or are you happy you got this matchup against Shane, or would you have preferred this matchup anyways.
I mean, Shane's got a bigger name, you know what I'm saying? So that always adds to the fuel and the fire and the hype and everything. So to be honest, I don't give a fuck who I fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm number 1 seed. I'm coming in. I want to make it to the championship. I think it's gonna be me and Mercier at the end of all this, and that's what I'm shooting for. You know.
Okay. So what were your thoughts on Stevie Ray's retirement following your guys' last fight?
To be honest, I haven't thought too much about it. You know, if it was his time to retire, that's his time. You know, he's at that age. He's at that place in his life where he wants to give up fighting. So that's what he did. You know, I don't really think too much on it. Good for him. He had a great career. On to better things. You know.
Okay, and for Shane, so in 34 fights, Clay has only been KO'd once by Max Holloway. Do you think you have the potential to crack his chin, or do you think that this fight could be a decision?
To his credit, that was a TKO. That wasn't a KO.
Thank
so
you. Weeks notice.
I definitely want to be the first one. Obviously, that's the goal. That's definitely the goal. Going out there, but I'm not stupid. That wasn't a KO. That was a TKO loss. So to be the real first one would be a fucking feather in my cap.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
We go with
Jonathan.
Jonathan Roblicon, 5 Reasons Sports. Shane, fighting in New York again. You've had a lot of great performances there. Charles Jourdain, the Billy Q fight where you've combined for almost 400 strikes between the two of you guys, and then you knocked out Makwan Amirkhani. What is it about New York that brings the best out of you?
I don't know. It's like an energy or something like that, man. It sounds corny and cliche, but there's just something about fighting here, especially at MSG. Like it's a weird energy that I just feel. I don't know. I love it. I'm undefeated in New York. I plan on keeping it that way.
And for Clay, it seems like there's a healthy respect between you guys. What are you looking forward to most in this matchup? We know it's going to be a war. What are you maybe looking forward to most coming out of this fight?
Man, he's gonna stand there. It's the immovable force meets the unstoppable object right now. You know what I'm saying? We both like to move forward. We both like to bang. We both like to scrap, and we're gonna come to the center of the cage and we're gonna throw down. And most of the time, I have dudes trying to same as him, take me down, ride my back, hold me down, and that shit gets annoying, So
a little bit.
Yeah, we got another banger, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Well said.
Thank you guys, and good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Curtis.
Hey guys, Curtis Calhoun here with MMA News. My first question is for Shane. Shane, can I get your thoughts on, what surprised you the most about competing in the season format? And has it been more difficult than you maybe even expected going into it?
Yeah, so definitely more difficult than I don't know. You kind of expect what you think you expect, but you don't know until you're actually in this position. 3 fights, 3 fight camps. Basically been living in fight camps since February. So that in and of itself has been, like, I knew it would be hard, but you don't know exactly how hard it is until you go through it. So yeah, definitely been hard. The biggest surprise, I'd say, no surprise really. It's just I'm super busy, which is a good thing, and also a little bit of an annoying thing, obviously, with not much downtime in between the fights. So having to go right back into dieting, right back into another weight cut. That's the worst part about fight camp is fucking weight cuts.
And I want to get your thoughts on your teammate, Solomon Renfro. Obviously picked up a huge knockout win in his debut with the PFL. I want to get your thoughts on his potential, and do you feel like he would fit really well in this kind of season format?
Yeah, sky's the limit for him, man. He's super explosive. The best is yet to come. Keep your eyes on that kid. I'm telling you guys.
And then last question is for Clay Collard. Clay is a MMA fighter and professional boxer. I got to get your thoughts on the news of Amanda Serrano signing with the PFL. How do you think she'll do with the PFL, and what's your reaction to the signing?
Man, I haven't even been paying attention to none of that shit. I hope she does well. I'm focused on Shane Burgos right now, man.
All right. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Patrick.
Hey guys, this is Pen Record from Combat Sports K. So both of you guys have fought Yamato Nishikawa in the season. Now you're going against each other. How much stock do you guys put into having the experience with Yamato and seeing, how both of your styles matched up against Yamato?
Yeah, so I mean, if you watch the fights, both those fights were two completely different kind of fights. So I mean, you can only judge so much because, like I said, they're two completely different styles of fights.
And shout out Yamato, dude. That kid's tough as nails, bro.
He is.
And last one for me. Can I get a prediction from the both of you for this fight?
Win, 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 win. That's my prediction. Any means necessary.
We're trying to take him out by round 2, man. We're trying to take him out in round 2.
Love it. Good luck to the both of you.
Thank you.
Anik.
Anik Subramanian, Fightbook MMA. Shane, last fight, you were going to become a father for the 3rd time. Now you are. Congratulations, by the way. How do you structure your training camp around like taking care of a newborn?
Oh yeah, it's rough. It's definitely rough. But we hired a nanny for the time being to come and help my wife because obviously while I'm in training camp, it's not much I can help. Like I need my sleep, I need my recovery, I need to train. So my wife understands that. So yeah, hiring a nanny has been a huge help. And then obviously have my mom, my family, her mom, her family. So that's been a game changer for me. But after the fight, we'll have a little bit of downtime. So focus more on that.
Awesome. And Clay, knowing that you're probably going to get into a firefight, do you spar less or do you train slightly differently, knowing you're going to be fighting someone who comes to bang every time?
I mean, I just trust my coaches and whatever they say, I do, So we haven't been sparring too much, you don't want to take too many shots to the head, period. So I'm always ready to bang. That's just me. So training camps, very structured. We're working on very particular things like that, and just getting ready,
Awesome. So excited for the fight. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right. Last question. Marty, King's Court. You're on mute.
I mean, Dave, thanks for that. First question to Shane. Shane, you always put on a show, and maybe a play on a question that you've had previously. You've had your wins by decision in the PFL so far. Is there a really strong desire to actually get the finish, especially now you're going to be in New York this time? And have you seen anything in Clay's game that could help you get that finish?
Absolutely, man. No fighter wants to win a decision. That shit fucking irks me. I hate winning decisions. Pride myself in getting those finishes. I started off my career 7-0 with 7 finishes, never even making it to the 3rd round. So definitely want to get back to that, especially not having a finish in the PFL. So that's exactly what I'm looking to do. This stylistically is one of those fights like he's gonna come. I'm not gonna have to look for him. You know what I mean? He's not gonna be running around the octagon or trying to hold onto my ankles or hold onto my back. It's one of those matchups that I love personally, stylistically for my style too. So yeah, I plan on making the most out of that.
Brilliant. And then the last one for Clay. Clay, you're on a roll at the moment in time. Obviously finished Stevie Ray and retired him as well. What does that steam do for you going into this fight?
Man, we haven't lost yet this year, man. So we just want to keep the ball rolling, We have the confidence. I know I can put people away. I just did it recently, and we're going to try to do that again. So, yeah, like he said, I'm not going to have to look for him. I'm just going to have to find it. You know what I'm saying?
Best of skill to you both.
Thank you.
Awesome. Clay, Shane, we appreciate the time. I know on paper we were all expecting a banger. It's great to hear that you guys are expecting the same. So thank you for your time today, gentlemen.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right, guys. Media, thank you to all of you as well. We appreciate all the questions. Don't forget the 2023 PFL Playoffs begin tomorrow, Friday, August the 4th at the Boeing Center Techport in San Antonio, Texas, with action then continuing to the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden on August 18th and August 23rd. All live on ESPN and streaming on ESPN Plus. We will see you there. Appreciate it, guys.